Hi guys, welcome to Investing with JYK, and today we'll talk about Secoo. Um, and this is I talked well. Sven Carlin was is a very good channel. If you haven't followed him, you probably should. And then it's unlikely that you have followed me and not him. But in any case, he asked me on what I think about Secoo, and then actually previously there was some other person that also asked me about this company. I have personally never heard of it, even though I am Chinese and I am relatively um, familiar with the trends in China, but this one I have honestly never heard of. So it could be the case that I am just not their target customer, as I don't spend much money in shopping. So I don't you know, uh, I don't buy that many luxury goods in general. I basically have you know I wear things from 10 years ago typically. So yeah. So then I thought, okay, so if this thing is some um, neglected sector, then maybe there is a story. So I started looking into it. So first of all, I checked on App Store, and they are on App Store, and then they are number 17 in shopping. So that's not too bad. But again, you have to be careful with anything Chinese, because unfortunately, a lot of them are fake. So even though it's number 17, it could be that they spend some money and then uh, to buy people to buy downloads essentially. And that could be the case if you go down here. These things, all the top three review are very suspicious. The reason is the title is very short, it just says, okay, good, not bad, very not bad, which is in Chinese just means very good. It says, oh, the thing is not bad. The the goods are there are many types of goods to buy, and every time there is a coupon, it's trustworthy, and correct choice can guarantee um, authentic goods. Is a very satisfying platform, um, you know, like. So I think to myself, who writes reviews like this? At least I don't, because this seemed to touch on every single pain point that a user might have, any doubt. So if you're trying to get a shopping platform, like a shopping app, you wonder, okay, can I buy everything? Do they sell real stuff? And counterfeit is a real problem in China. Um, do they ship their stuff? Is it a trustworthy platform? So it touches on everything. And the next one again says Secoo luxury goods. The luxury goods in Secoo luxury goods are all genuine goods. Well, this actually just means I don't know how to translate this, but in essence, it's something that has gone through the customs. It's not smuggled goods, right? So it says, oh, the new interface is refreshing, and it has convenient modules, and it's free to download, and it doesn't consume much data. Like, what? Like, if I write a review, it would be typically focus on my own experience. Who would be, you know, paying attention to all these things? Like, this is clearly some bot. Somebody bought this review. And same here. This stuff is also very fake looking. I mean, if you're interested, you can check it out yourself. I'm not going to translate. That's too long. I suck at translation. But so yeah, so this company probably paid a bunch of money to buy downloads and buy reviews, which isn't rare, but you have to understand that you cannot trust this number 17 number. Okay. Oh, more on this app. You cannot download this app in Google Play. This is only downloadable in App Store. So for Android, you have to specifically download their app, the APK file, from their website or through a Chinese app manager or something like that. Right, so I downloaded that, and then I also created a video on how that app looked like, some experience in using that. Obviously, I didn't try to put any purchases because I don't really want to buy anything that they have to sell. That video will be in the link. Now, the other things is I started looking at news on this company. So it says something like, well, that's very new, recent. They started to says it's shit, can't translate. Cooperate with this company. Literally it means Caesar, but apparently it's not. It's Kaisa, Saisa, Saisa. I don't know how to pronounce this. But this company. This company is a tour travel agency, and it's under the umbrella of Hainan Air. Hainan Air is like a Chinese conglomerate. Their main thing is a airline. You might have heard of it. Hainan Air flies out of Seattle and San Jose, I think. Okay, it's all very fancy. It says, oh, we're gonna do fancy traveling, and then they did something like they're gonna build offline like experience center. Like, what? I don't even understand. And then they're gonna do financing for installment payment. Oh God, they want to do everything. I mean, the company has a market cap of 400 million, I think. Yeah, market cap of 370, enterprise value of $400 million, and they want, okay, so they're a retail app on luxury goods, supposedly. They do have some luxury goods, but we'll get into that later. They're now doing this traveling thing. They're going to get into financing for traveling. Right, so that's now into like a financing company. And then they started cooperating with the Sri Lanka travel bureau or tourist bureau, and says, "Oh, this is." And this is something like, oh, Sri Lanka is the I don't remember where I saw it. It said something like Sri Lanka being the capital of love. I was like, who the what? Okay, and I got really like Reading this makes me think that they think that I'm completely stupid. I may be, but it's still very frustrating. And then it got into alcohol. And it says, I want to do the Little Prince of, I don't know, a bar. Like, what? What? Oh, I'm gonna die. Okay, it has says it has partnered with this is a French company. I don't even know how that company is. It's quite famous, but I don't really know how good or bad they are. They said, okay, I'm gonna build this 24/7 by Secoo pre-made cocktail. I mean, the the whole thing about cocktails, from what I understand, is that they are not supposed to be pre-made because some of these will react with each other and lose the taste. But okay, and yeah, and then I got into agriculture. It's doing um, oranges. It says, oh, this is the aristocrat of fruits. What? Oh. And it says, oh, the logic behind Secoo's diversification is because the high income clientele want a one-stop shop for consumption. I don't know I agree with that. I don't know, maybe I'm not high income enough for these people, but yeah. It says they don't have time to compare products like tourist packages and all that stuff. Therefore, we're going to do it for you. But from the people that I know that actually do have fairly high income, as at least, you know, the people that have about $500,000 or more income, they do spend their time, when they travel, they do spend their time planning. Right? So I don't know who these people are targeting. Maybe they're targeting here 100 millionaires. Could be the case. And yeah, so that's their new thing. They're comparing themselves against Starbucks and Airbnb, saying, oh, these people are not just coffee, they are more than coffee. Okay, but Starbucks, even though it's not just coffee, it's more than just coffee. Their main thing is coffee. They have a, when you think Starbucks, you think coffee, right? Where you think Airbnb, you think hotels or like holiday rentals. So if they're learning from Starbucks and Airbnb, and this is what they learned by suddenly getting into alcohol, travel, financing, agriculture, and everything, then they're insane. Anyway, on the Kaiser thing or Caesar thing or whatever, they're in trouble. They have stopped trading since January of this year. The main reason is Hainan Air is in trouble. They're in liquidity issues. Okay. And then more things from this company. These are all PR stuff, right? Clearly. And then they say, oh, the other thing. The name is just doesn't make any sense. Their name, this Secoo name. This character means a temple. This means like a warehouse. So what are you talking about? But it's saying, oh yeah, there are so many things to choose from. We only choose 18 million. What they're referring to is we choose 18 million members. So basically, they're coming up with an excuse of the fact that they only have 18 million registered users, but they're trying to spin it as if they only wanted so many. So it says, they're saying, oh, we give you fantastic service, and start talking about like the Secoo temperature. I'm like, oh god. It says, okay, we're gonna do 39 degrees Celsius because that's the best temperature to have a shower in. Like, what? And then started quoting random crap, saying that there's some woman that said, if people keep telling me what Secoo tells me, I want to marry him. I'm like, what? This whole thing is just an insult to people's intellect. Oh my god, the fuck. Anyway, and then talks about some guy who's supposed to be a busy businessman, and says, "Oh, I picked the phone. I heard the familiar voice. I know I must come." Oh god, this is almost like a soap opera. Anyway, it talks about the guy's experience of getting his suit and all that stuff, but and then the customer service actually expedited his order. I mean, it's a good thing if it happened, and but it's not something that will blow you out of water. It's like, if you call Amazon and you pay some shipping, they would do it for you too. And then they started talking about it says when it's late at night when you open Secoo's app, it's like opening a magazine. I did not get a sense of a magazine when I opened the app. What I got was the app was written by someone who's pretty shit at writing his app. Like, whoever wrote that stuff is really bad. Like, the designer is really bad. The engineers are somewhat bad, and they don't have any. They don't have servers across the globe. At least, I don't know how fast it will be in China, but in US the app is slow as fuck. So, God. And then they started talking about all the they started comparing their members to an army. What? God. They're saying that the high-end users are in Secoo and these companies. But I will show you something. So, I started asking on WeChat. I asked, who has heard of Secoo? First of all, nobody responded. And the amount of people that did respond, one thought it was school, the other was like, huh? This one literally means like there's a bunch of circles on your face, like the typical Japanese manga thing, right? And then I asked a friend posted for me, and I also asked her whether anyone near, around her uses Secoo. And then she's saying nobody's ever used it, okay? And then this apparently is a band of something. It's called 乐华妻子. I'm not sure what they do. It's like entertainment stuff. I asked her whether she's heard of it. She's very attuned to that, right? Like, she spends most of her time either shopping or watching TV. And she's never heard of this group. So, and Secoo partnershiped with these guys. So, yeah. Okay, so this is her WeChat post. It's like, said, how many want to even buy luxury goods online? And there are people that say that they will, some people say that won't. I'm not going to go into each of them, but the main problem is fake stuff. And then when she asked them whether they worry about fake stuff, they say, okay, if Tmall, which is Alibaba stuff, or Koala, I think that's what's called, but from NetEase, and they say, oh, we trust them. So basically, you need a brand, a trustworthy brand, or at least something that's big enough that people know that you're not going to run away when things go bad, and stuff like that. And that's my sister asking, and there's one person which I try to ask her. She's my middle school classmate. She did not respond yet. So not many people responded. So these people live in Italy. These are Chinese that live in Italy. And then yeah. And then these are the companies that they buy from. Obviously, nobody talks about Secoo because you probably can't even buy from Secoo outside China. So this is not too useful. And yeah. So that's that. All right. So in terms of valuation, okay, their balance sheet looks okay. Their revenue growth looks crazy. Their operating margin, their gross margin is fairly low. It's pretty shit. 16%. You're looking at industrials, and they're selling luxury goods. So that's that. And I went into their website. I mean, the website looks not very fancy. I mean, it's not too bad, but it's not very fancy. But we have some missing stuff here. And out of these brands, I know Emporio Armani. I don't know this Corso Como. Keaton, never heard. Lulu Guinness, never heard. Hogan, never heard of. Kenton Curban, never heard of. Tumi is not really a luxury brand. Tumi is like, I don't know. Tumi is $300 for a bag, for a backpack, and then they use cloth mostly. Obviously, down here there's Gucci and Louis Vuitton and all that stuff. And so I looked into travel. So I looked into travel. So I picked up some other stuff, and then in here I found spa from this company that started bullshitting about smoking salt and say, oh, why should you not smoking? Why should you stay in a salt room with deathly salt? And they say, oh, this will clean up your lung. And started bullshitting about, in Poland in 1863, people, the miners got better once they went to mine for salt. And I searched that, and nothing shows that they actually got better, on Google at least. So I'm sure this is bullshitting. Yeah. And then this company itself that is selling on Secoo, which is called this Iowa Health or something. Try to search for that. This is their website, and it's freaking not responding. If I look for any website, right? Okay, I'm gonna close this, right? So if you even go to this website, which is Meituan, is like Groupon in China, right? So their page on, oh, this one still exists. What about this is page 2? That was their official website, and the official website basically did not show up. Goes, might be the fact that I'm in US, but still. Dianping is like a Yelp. On Yelp, on the Yelp of China, the web page does not show. let's see if I can actually visit Dianping. Yeah, I can visit Dianping. So yeah, very suspicious company. $100, $150 for 1 hour of staying in a salt room and do a spa. You can do a spa for $100 in US. And then they're like, oh, you can do Maldives. Maldives. I don't even know how to pronounce it. For $15,000 business class for 5 nights or something. But that's the only thing they have if you do Singapore Airlines. And then they sell stuff for. I picked a couple of them. There's this is women's clothing. And it's supposed to be luxury goods. This is what? Pregnant woman's Pietro Brunelli. Who the hell is Pietro Brunelli? Ever heard of him? And why are they all selling pregnant woman's clothes? What the hell? Everything is about pregnant woman. I mean, this one's not. Yeah, again. Who comes on luxury goods website, and then this is their front page, right? So if you go to, I think it was, yeah, if you go to women's, this is what they show. I did not pick, mother and babies. So I have no words. This company is like, oh god. Yeah, and then if you go to the bags, and I think this is I just click bags. Yeah, if you just click bags without choosing anything, oh, it changed. Oh, interesting. Well, at least these are proper luxury brands. Except maybe Coach is not too high-end, but it's still not too bad. Alright, so that's that. And, yeah. In any case, I very much dislike this company. It might have a lot of growth ahead of it. I don't know. It's diversifying, in my opinion. It's going into all kinds of stuff. In the same time, their own, if you think about Jim Collins' books, he has this concept of like either a flywheel or some kind of thing that is your defensible business advantage. It's almost like Buffett's concept of building, reinforcing their moat. I don't know what this guy is doing in reinforcing their moat. Their moat isn't very deep to begin with. They've got competition coming from Tmall, JD, and potentially, as people said, like NetEase. Right? So instead of doing that, instead of competing there, and make their app better, start selling things that are not. Start selling non-pregnant woman stuff on the front page of women's clothing, because how many people are pregnant and want to buy luxury goods, and don't just spread yourself too thin, and then maybe and then become like an honest company and then actually work on your stuff instead of trying to get easy revenue from who knows where, and stop writing stupid articles that make me think I'm 6, then maybe. But at the moment, I don't really know where the stock's going, but I think it's a horrible company. And that's that. And maybe this is useful. Maybe I ran too much. So Yeah, see you next time.